of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security, Dr. Albert Kawana, appealed to the public to support the same Nujoma Foundation.
We will always remember his mantra, the importance of national unity, stability, peace for this beautiful republic. As first permanent secretary in the Ministry of Justice, he called me when he appointed, may his soul rest in eternal peace, Advocate Betui Rukoro as Deputy Minister of Justice, who belonged to a different party, SWAPO. But he canceled to say Namibia first. Unity and so forth is important. So we worked together with the late Rukoro without any issue whatsoever in my capacity as a permanent secretary. I can only say and repeat his mantra, a united people striving for the common good of all the members of society will always emerge victorious. Ambakai, my hero, Ambakai, my leader, Ambakai, my revolutionary. Bodies die, but for revolutionaries, the legacy stays permanently forever and ever.
SWAPO MP Juliet Kavetuna shared her admiration for Dr. Nujoma.
I am mourning a selfless, brave, unwavering gentle giant who loved and sacrificed for Namibia and her people immensely. We have lost wisdom like none. I believe during this time of bereavement, we will have an introspective attitude to re-evaluate our role as sons and daughters of this great nation and recommit ourselves to create the Namibia we want.
Deputy Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, Chanele Matundu, recalled Nujoma's years in exile and his sacrifices for Namibia's liberation.
As we celebrate a life well lived, we say farewell to a committed Pan-Africanist, the soldier of note, and a beloved son of the Namibian soil. As we bid farewell to an extraordinary statesman, a true Pan-Africanist, and a passionate advocate for the African continent, it is our prayer that his legacy will continue to inspire future generations to strive for excellence, embrace diversity, and has dedicated his life tirelessly towards a more peaceful, cooperative, and prosperous Namibia.
SWAPO MP Hamunyera Hambuka described Nujoma as a man of selfless love and sacrifice who inspired Namibians through the dark days of apartheid.
I'm personally grateful that some of my achievements in life have been facilitated by Dr. Sam Nujoma's struggle and personal sacrifice. Dr. Nujoma was an exceptional and visionary leader. I always admired his steady style, professionalism, and his great sense of humor. These qualities made it easier for those around him to deal with even most challenging issues.
Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly Loide Kasingo and SWAPO MP Rebecca Njode Ojo also paid their tribute.
The founding First Lady of the Republic of Namibia, her children, grandchildren, and indeed the extending two families. For our colleague, Honorable Utoni Nujoma, be strong, our comrade, be strong, our brother. You know, and we know, you have a heavy, noble duty to carry your mother.
Yes, indeed. Let me pay my sincerest, heartfelt condolences to the family I know so well. Every time I'm passing to Bethlehem where I was, the mother will call me and say, you know, won't you brunch for a cup of tea? And I will brunch, we have a cup of tea, and I continue on my journey. That's how close we were.
Deputy Minister of Education, Arts and Culture, Faustina Kalei, praised Nujoma as a pillar in building an independent Namibia.
He was a leader of great wisdom, great courage, and resilience. A revolutionary whose sacrifice and unwavering commitment led us to this prosperous land we proudly call today the land of the brave, Namibia. For those of us in the education sector, Dr. Nujoma was a beacon of inspiration. He was a firm believer that education is the key to development. And he champions the cause of education for all, ensuring that every Namibian child from pre-primary to tertiary level had access to quality education. He strongly advocates for lifelong learning and continuous professional development, recognizing that the wealth of our nation lies in the empowerment of its human capital. Dr. Nujoma taught us that the sustainable development of Namibia depends on our ability to invest in education, science, and innovation. He reminded us that through education, we can harness the natural resources for the benefit of all Namibians, fostering economic growth and national prosperity.
Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform, Anna Shiwera, called Nujoma a dynamic leader, while SWAPO MP Cletus Karonto commended his principled leadership and commitment to democracy and human rights.
Comrade Founding President traveled to the world to solicit and to look for opportunities for the Namibian youth, to firstly enable us to complete our secondary education and thereafter to go for tertiary education. I'm a product of his initiatives. The sole purpose of educating the Namibian youth in exile was to prepare us for an independent Namibia. He did that very successfully. I will forever cherish fond memories about Founding President, affectionately also known as Omkokoli. Dr. Nujoma loved agriculture, and it was a privilege to serve in this particular sector during his administration of government. Omkokoli prioritized agriculture, and I cannot remember how many times he had visited the Green Scheme projects during those times and during his tenure as president. He followed with keen interest what was happening at every project and guided us accordingly. Today, in Namibia, we speak of dates and grapes industries. I'm, however, not so sure if we all know how these industries came about. Comrade Founding President planted the first date palm seedling at Nauta Dam near Keetmanshoop, when many believe that dates cannot thrive in Namibia. Today, Namibia is an exporter of quality dates to the Middle East and elsewhere, all thanks to the Founding President.
He distinguished himself as a courageous, fearless freedom fighter, a Pan-Africanist, a visionary leader, and an astute statesman. His legacy will live on forever. Honorable Deputy Speaker, honorable members, during this difficult time of mourning the passing of our founding president and father of the Namibian nation, let us remain united than ever before as we extend our heartfelt condolences to our founding First Lady, Madam Nujoma, the children, the grandchildren, and the entire Nujoma family.
UDF's Dudu Murorwa and NEFF's Longinus Ipumbu paid tribute to Nuyoma's lifelong dedication to Namibia's independence.
If there's one thing that I've observed is that we were, as Namibia, considered by our colonizers as the fifth province of South Africa. But looking at the relationship among the people, the previous colonizers and the colonized people in South Africa compared to the relationship that we are having with our previous colonizers and ourselves, there's a very great difference. And I must say that it is because of the peace and reconciliation that was established by our founding father that we have a very good relationship. We communicate in respect with one another. We live in respect with one another, and we enjoy really the peace. Something we cannot say of our neighbors who were very close to us and to which we could freely move up and down.
Through sacrifice and determination, he ensured that future generations would inherit a free and democratic Namibia. Honorable Deputy Speaker, it is within this democratic system, hard-won through his leadership and sacrifice of many, that Namibia economic freedom fighters was born. Our political movement, like many others, stands today as a testament to the democratic values that Dr. Nujoma and his comrades fought tirelessly to establish.
Minister of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform Carl Schledwijn described Nujoma as a determined leader who always understood the people's needs.
By the way, he had the best and convincing smile ever. And he used it also. He dedicated his whole life to Namibia and to SWAPO. I was invited to his 73rd birthday celebration, and on that occasion he launched and gave me a copy of his bibliography where others wavered. And in it he wrote for me his best-known quotation, I believe. It reads, "To Comrade Carl Schledwijn, a united people striving to achieve the common good objective for the whole society will always emerge victorious." That was on the 10th August 2002. It was through him that all Namibians are living together peacefully now. It was through him that we learned to respect fellow Namibians. It was to his credit that we are living in a democracy which creates a living space for all.
That's all we had for you in this special edition of Inside the Chambers. The National Assembly will reconvene on Tuesday at 2:30 in the afternoon to continue paying tribute, as not all members had the opportunity to honor the founding president. From myself, Serafia Nadunya, and the entire